Hello, my nice students. I want to make a video regarding South Africa because anyway, South Africa is also a main destination where people travel for studies, some travel for visit, and other reasons. So I think it is good to also make a video regarding South Africa. I will not make it very long, so kindly listen so that we can go together. So what are the visa exemptions? All. Let us start with the geographical information. Which is the capital city for South Africa? The capital city for South Africa is Pretoria. So that is the capital city. And then we can go to the document validity. What is the document validity for South Africa? The document validity. Passports and other documents accepted for entry must be valid for a minimum of 30 days beyond the period of intended stay. So you can interpret that. You know, the period of intended stay is the time you are intending to stay in South Africa. So you are going to check your return ticket the day you are going to come out of South Africa, and then the passport should be valid for a minimum of 30 days. That is not hard. So number 1A, after the document validity, nationals of South Africa are allowed to enter with an expired passport. So as at now, a South African national or a citizen can enter with an expired passport. But rules keep changing, so be very careful. I do not prefer people traveling on expired passports. But in South Africa, if you are a South African, you can enter with an expired passport. Number 1B, passports and other documents accepted for entry issued to permanent residents of South Africa must be valid on arrival. So if you are a resident, maybe you are a US national, but you live in the US, in South Africa, you have a residence permit, your document must be valid on arrival. It shouldn't be expired when you are arriving in South Africa. So, admission and transit restrictions. Nationals of Kosovo are not allowed to enter and transit. That is admission and transit restrictions. So let us continue. I'm not going to read regarding the crew and the military, because I know when the military and the crew are traveling, as I keep saying, they normally have got information from their organization. So I'm not going to read regarding the crew. Chris, how are you? Wow, thank you so much for coming, Chris. I'm doing a video regarding South Africa, and now I'm doing it live. So thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for coming. I'm going to visit you. My dear, you have been so kind to me, Chris. It's only that I've been too busy, but I'm coming and to visit you. Thank you so much. You are saying hi to John. Thank you so much. Yes, let me continue with the video regarding South Africa so that you can have a nice time. Yes, thank you so much for coming, Chris. And I love you so much with the love of Jesus. So that is that. I'm not going to read regarding the crew and the military today. Additional information. Nationals of South Africa. So nationals of South Africa holding dual nationality are required to enter and depart South Africa using the South African passport. I will not elaborate. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Continue watching, darling. Thank you. So a warning: passport replacing documents of all non-South African nationals must contain at least one unused visa page for entry / departure endorsements by South African Immigration Service. This does not include the page reserved for observations or amendments and endorsements. That is good to note. And then, passports must be machine readable to enter and transit. If your passport is not machine readable, you cannot enter or transit. but luckily enough, most passports nowadays are machine readable. I'm not gonna expound on that because most people have got a machine readable passports. So thank you so much for listening. And a warning still, visitors with a passport which has been extended or modified in any way on the biodata page are not allowed to enter or transit. I have ever seen extended passports manually. Your passport expires and then your government goes and stamps a station. You know the stamp, the wet stamp for the office. That one you cannot enter with. When your passport expires, get another passport. Manually extended passports are not allowed to enter. So do not forget that. Even you cannot even transit going to another country via South Africa. So let us continue. Visa exemptions. Nationals of South Africa, obviously because they belong to South Africa, they do not need a visa. And then we go to the other people. Nationals of Andorra, Angola, Argentina, Austria, Belgium, Botswana, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Czechia, Denmark, Ecuador, Finland, France, Germany, Ghana, Greece, Hungary, Greece, Iceland, Ireland, Republic, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Kenya, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Malaysia, Malta, Monaco, Netherlands, Norway, Panama, Portugal, Russian Federation, San Marino, Singapore, Spain, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Sweden, Switzerland, Tanzania, Tunisia, USA, Uruguay, Venezuela, Zambia, and Zimbabwe for a maximum stay of 90 days. Hello, Paul. Thank you for coming. God bless you for coming, Paul. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm doing a video regarding South Africa. Let me continue. You can continue watching and liking the video as I continue giving you the travel routes to South Africa, because I know South Africa is also a main destination where many people travel. So let me continue. After those countries, we have got passengers with a British normal passport with the nationality British citizen for a maximum stay of 90 days. Number 4, passengers with a British passport with the nationality British overseas territories citizen for a maximum stay of 90 days. Nationals of Madagascar, Namibia, New Zealand, Paraguay, Qatar, Sao Tome and Principe, Saudi Arabia, Seychelles, Trinidad and Tobago, and the United Arab Emirates with a normal passport for a maximum stay of 90 days. Number 6, passengers with the Palestinian Authority normal passport for a maximum stay of 90 days. Nationals of Namibia with a travel document issued by Namibia for a maximum stay of 90 days. Nationals of Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Benin, Bolivia, Cape Verde, Costa Rica, Eswatini, Gabon, Guyana, Jordan, Korea Republic, Lesotho, Malawi, Maldives, Mauritius, Peru, and Turkey for a maximum stay of 30 days. All these that I'm reading are the ones that can enter South Africa without a visa. Get note of that, darlings. Nationals of Bahamas, Cyprus, Hungary, Mozambique, Poland, and Thailand with a normal passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. Number 10, passengers with a Hong Kong as a China passport, because remember Hong Kong is a special administrative republic of China. It is under China, but though it has its own passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. And then we have got passengers with the Macau passport. Macau is also another special administrative republic of China. It is under China, but they have their own passport for a maximum stay of 30 days. Passengers with a British passport with a nationality British national into brackets overseas for a maximum stay of 30 days, because I told you earlier that British passports are different. So that is good to note. Nationals of Albania, Hungary, and Paraguay with a diplomatic passport for a maximum stay of 120 days. I will not continue reading for the diplomatic and the service and the official passports, because as I keep saying, diplomat and official passports and service passports, diplomatic and official and service passports are issued to government officials going for diplomatic mission or going to serve in foreign missions. So that one is not, I don't think it is very important for me to teach that, because they normally know the rules, for they are sent by their governments to go and represent them in foreign missions or abroad. So I think that one is not bad to know. It's not good to keep reading too much information, so that the video cannot be very long. Continue liking the video and you say hi to your teacher. The teacher loves greetings, so don't forget to say hi to the teacher and watch. So from the visa exemptions, now I'm gonna go to transit without a visa. Who can transit South Africa without a visa? Let me start teaching you, darlings. Passengers transiting through Cape Town. Into Cape Town, the three-letter code is CPT. CPT. And Johannesburg, JNB, with a confirmed onward ticket for a flight to a third country on the same calendar day. They must stay in the international transit area of the airport and have documents required for the next destination. So if you are transiting South Africa, for example, you are coming maybe from Nigeria or Kenya, going to South Africa, the date in the calendar shouldn't change. If you arrive in South Africa on 6th of, for example, 6th of June, and you are going to Zimbabwe or Mozambique, you should depart South Africa on 6th of June. Does not matter how many hours, they only check the calendar. It shouldn't change when you're in South Africa, when you are transiting. For example, you could be coming from Lagos, South Africa to Mozambique on 6th of June. You should be out of South Africa on the same calendar day. That one I cannot insist, I know it is clear. So number 1A, the transit without visa facility does not apply to nationals of Bangladesh and Pakistan with a normal passport. Number 1B, the transit without visa facility does not apply to refugees and stateless persons. So if you are a refugee or a stateless person, you cannot transit without a visa. Number 2, passengers transiting, okay, this is under the transit without visa. So number 2 now, we are out of number 1. Number 2, passengers transiting through Lanseria. Lanseria, the three-letter code is HLA. With a confirmed onward ticket for a flight to a third country, they must stay in the international transit area of the airport and have documents required for the next destination. Number 2A. This transit without visa facility does not apply to nationals of Bangladesh and Pakistan with a normal passport. Remember, I told you a normal passport is called also a regular passport or ordinary for people who are not diplomats. So, for example, you and I, we are not diplomats mostly, so we should. So, for the Bangladeshis with the normal passports and Pakistanis, you cannot transit without a visa. You are going to need a visa to transit. So, number 2B, this transit without visa facility does not apply to refugees and stateless persons. Number 3, warning. All transiting passengers are subject to a check by immigration. Passengers in transit must hold passports or other documents accepted to enter South Africa. So if your passport cannot enter South Africa, you cannot also transit. That one is, I will not elaborate. Additional information. Hotel accommodation is not available at Cape Town Airport. CPT, the three-letter code is CPT at the Johannesburg Airport. So there is no hotel accommodation in Johannesburg or Cape Town. So I'm not gonna read regarding the merchant seamen or the crew, because I say they are normally guided by their organizations. The merchant seamen who go to work in the cruise ship, the crew members who operate in the aircraft or the military. I'm not gonna talk about it to make the video short. Visa issuance. Who can the visa under the visa issuance? Let us continue. Nationals of Albania, Algeria, Belarus, Bulgaria, Cameroon, China's People's Republic, Comoros, Congo Democratic Republic, because remember you have two countries called Congo. Yes, so both of the countries in the Congo countries, they can get okay, they are the visa issuance. Cuba, Congo Democratic Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Croatia, Cuba, Egypt, Ethiopia, Guinea, India, Indonesia, Iran, Kenya, Liberia, Lithuania, Mali, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Romania, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Slovakia, and Uganda can obtain an e-visa. E-visa is an electronic visa, the one that you apply online, not needing to go to the embassy. You can apply for an electronic visa before departure. So before you come from your country, if I have read you at the visa issuance, you can apply a visa before departure at https://ehome as in E for egg, home, where you live, ehome.dha.gov.za/e-permit, electronic permit as in e-permit. Yes, that is the site that you are going to click, the website that you are going to click on that website and get your visa there. You must arrive at Cape Town, Durban, or Johannesburg. So if you apply for an electronic visa, you can only arrive at Cape Town, Durban, or Johannesburg. Additional information. Passengers with a visa issued by the Department of Home Affairs head office in South Africa must have proof that they were in South Africa at the time of issuance. And how can you prove that you are in South Africa? Hi, the bird. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, darling. So I am doing a video regarding South Africa, darling. So I'm gonna continue. Thank you so much, darling, for coming. God bless you. So I was reading regarding additional information. Passengers with a visa issued by the Department of Home Affairs head office in South Africa must have proof that they were in South Africa at the time of issuance. How do we prove? By the entry and the exit stamps in South Africa. I'm not going to expound on that. Visa labels starting with the control numbers. Kindly write this. Visa labels, the one that are in the passport. Visa labels starting with the control numbers B0028 and B0029 are fraudulent. Holders of those visa labels are holders of these visa labels contained in their passport or other official travel documents will be refused entry. Then number 3, additional information. The maximum stay for nationals of Tanzania and Zambia is granted within 1 calendar year. Number 4, additional information. The maximum stay for nationals of Angola, Kenya, Madagascar, Namibia, and Seychelles with a normal passport is granted within 1 calendar year. Number 5, the maximum stay for nationals of Lithuania with a diplomatic passport is granted within 1 calendar year. Let me not continue reading. When it comes to diplomatic and service, I do not think it is good to read because I don't want the video to be too long. Minors. Listen to this for minors. Kindly like the video if you haven't. Like the video and make a comment. Kindly greet me. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you. For the minors. So number 1, under the minors, write this. South African minors younger than 18 years traveling to and from South Africa to or from South Africa. Number A. So it is South African minors younger than 18 years traveling to / from South Africa. Either you are traveling to or from, colon. So number 1A. With both parents must hold an original or a copy of a birth certificate, or hold a passport containing details of the parent or parents. Because it could be one parent or both parents. Because some are born by, some of them have got one parent. So containing the details of the parent or parents. Number 1B. With one parent. So if you have one parent, listen to this, must hold an original or a copy of a birth certificate, comma, parental consent letter, comma, copy of the passport of the absent parent, comma, and contain details of the absent parent. Number 1C. If they are traveling with a person who is not biological parent, must hold an original or a copy of a birth certificate, comma, parental consent letter, comma, copy of the passport of parent or parents / legal guardian, and contact details of parents or legal guardians. So be very careful. I worked for a South African flight. I worked for a company that was handling South African Airways, and we had the problems with the people traveling with the minors. So number 1D are the minors. If the minor is unaccompanied, meaning they are traveling alone, they must hold an original or a copy of a birth certificate, comma, no semicolon, and a parental consent letter containing a copy of his or her. So it is his / her / their passport or passports or identity documents, and his or her or their contact details or consent from one parent, together with a court order granting full parental responsibility and rights, or legal guardianship or death certificate. In case the parent is dead and the minor is traveling unaccompanied. Yeah, it's somehow complicated for South Africa when minors are traveling. Semicolon. And a letter from the person receiving the minor in South Africa, comma, containing address and contact details, semicolon, copy of identification documents of the person receiving the minor, comma, including visa / residence permit. It could be a visa or a residence permit if required. If they require a visa, because there are some people who do not require a visa. This one is only for the visa nationals. Warning, semicolon. Passengers arriving without the required birth certificate will be granted a period of 24 hours to obtain it. This is still under the minors. So, full stop. All documents must be in English except for the birth certificate. Full stop. The parental consent letter must be issued within 6 months prior to the date of travel. Full stop. Adopted children who do not have a birth certificate containing the information of the adoptive parents must hold an adoption order. Full stop. Number 1A. South African minors traveling to South Africa are exempt from presenting a birth certificate on arrival in South Africa. Number 1B. South African minors traveling as part of a school group do not need to have a parental consent letter. It can be replaced by a letter from the school principal confirming that all consent letters are held by the school. Full stop. More information can be found at https://tinyurl.com/2bhseah3. You can go to that website and get more information. And as I keep saying, this advice is not legal because I'm not a lawyer. In case of any more advice, legal advice, you can consult a lawyer, and you can go to the government website to get more information. And remember, rules keep changing. This one is for 2025. We are in June, but rules can change. So before you fly, you can always ask a question. You can even come to my video that I've done regarding a country and post a question, or go to the government website. This advice is not legal, so it's good to know that. Number 2 are the minors. Foreign minors younger than 18 years traveling to or from South Africa and accompanied, must hold an original or a copy of a birth certificate and a parental consent containing a copy of his or her or their passports or identity documents and his or her or their contact details or consent from one parent together with a court order granting full parental responsibilities and rights or legal guardianship or death certificate. So it's good to note that. And a letter from the person receiving the minor in South Africa, containing address and contact details, copy of identification documents of the person receiving the minor, including visa or residence permit if required. Because remember, there are minors who do not require visa. For example, maybe you are a U.S. national, a U.S. minor. They don't need a visa, but there are minors that need a visa, depending on the country they come from. So, warning, passengers arriving without the required birth certificate will be granted a period of 24 hours to obtain it. Full stop. All documents must be in English except for the birth certificate. Full stop. The parental consent letter must be issued within 6 months prior to the date of travel. That is good to note. Adopted children who do not have a birth certificate containing the information of the adoptive parents must hold an adoption order. Number 2A. This does not apply to holders of a valid visa. Why? Because there are some people who go to the embassy to get a visa because their passport is a visa national passport. So if you have a visa because you went to the embassy, you do not need that. Understand that. Not all people need a visa. So if you have a visa in your passport, because you are visa national in South Africa, that rule does not apply to you. Number 2C. Foreign minors traveling as part of a school group do not need to have a parental consent letter. Full stop. It can be replaced by a letter from the school principal confirming that all consent letters are held by the school. Full stop. More information can be found at https://tinyurl.com/2bhseah3. Sama, how are you? Wow, thank you so much, Sama. Thank you, darling, for stopping by. Yes, I'm doing a video regarding South Africa, but today I've done it live. So thank you so much, darling, for coming. You are so precious to me. I told you are my best sister with Nifa. God bless you. God bless you, darling. So there is a warning below that. Number 1, one of the warning. Permanent alien residence permits issued by South Africa prior to 26 March 2014 will be issued in the form of an endorsement in the passport, into brackets, BI 1750, full stop. Permanent alien residence permits issued on all after 26 of March 2014 must be the original electronic format. Into bracket. God bless you too, darling. Thank you so much, Sama. Oh, how are you? Are you well now? Thank you so much, darling. Yeah. So let me finish at the warning. Under the warning must be the original electronic format, into brackets, DHA 802, into brackets. Number 2, under warning. Visitors not holding return or onward tickets could be refused entry. So it is good to have an onward or a return ticket. But it does not apply to passengers with a valid visa longer than 12 months. You know, there are some visas that are long stay. So if your visa is valid for a long period, longer than 12 months, and without an endorsement on the visa to hold a return ticket, there are some visas for there are some South African visas that are very clearly endorsed, must hold an onward or return ticket. If it is endorsed, that one, even if it is valid for more than a year, you have to have the onward or return ticket. But my advice, whenever you are visiting a country, maybe you are not going to work or study or get married, you are just visiting, please have a return or onward ticket just for your own sake. Notes. No, health. Now I'm finishing the video, by the way. Health. Vaccination against yellow fever required if arriving from countries with risk of yellow fever transmission. Some, because you come from the US, you do not need a yellow fever vaccination. So let us read who does not need a yellow fever vaccination in South Africa. Exempt from yellow fever vaccination. Number 1, children under 1 year of age and adults above 60 years of age. Passengers transiting South Africa if not leaving the transit area. Number 3, passengers transiting countries with risk of yellow fever transmission for a maximum of 12 hours and not leaving the transit area. Number 4, passengers transiting Senegal and Ghana but not leaving the aircraft. So for Ghana and Senegal, you have to stay in the aircraft on transit. So in Ghana and Senegal. Number 5, holders of a certificate of a contraindication on medical grounds who will be placed under quarantine. Because there are some people who normally have conditions that you cannot take a yellow fever certificate. For example, if you are a cancer patient and other conditions, and those ones are the doctors to determine. So if you have any condition, kindly go to the doctor to give you a letter, because we are not doctors and we have to be very careful with the health issues because we are not doctors. That is just under the travel rules. So, recommended. Malaria prophylaxis, malaria risk mainly due to P. falciparum, exists throughout the year in the low altitude areas of Limpopo province, Mpumalanga province. So that is good to note, because it is good also to get a malaria. You can go to the doctor and get a malaria prescription. Yes. So into brackets, including the Kruger National Park and northeastern KwaZulu-Natal, full stop. Risk is highest from October to May. Recommended prevention in risk areas. So it is good to have prevention, but not that one. You can only go to the doctor and get the prescription and the medicine. So that is it regarding South Africa. Thank you for watching. And as your teacher, because that is my area of expertise, travel requirements and visa requirements. And please do not be asking me whether I issue visas. I do not issue visas. I only advise you on the visa requirements of a particular country and the travel rules. So I do not issue visas. I only do that because that is what I do at work, checking travel documents to various destinations. And I've ever handled South African Airways, which was being handled by our company, the company that I worked for before I joined this one. So I know rules regarding South Africa. And it's good to be very well equipped before you travel. Have your passport valid. If in case you need anything, please consult South African Immigration. You can even go to their website and consult regarding other things. And remember, rules keep changing. Previously, Kenyans needed a visa to go to South Africa, but now they are visa free. They can even apply for an electronic visa online and travel to South Africa. All you need to have is your valid passport, one free visa page. If you are not a South African, if you are a South African national, you do not need the one free visa page. So do not forget the one free visa page and return an onward ticket and your yellow fever vaccination. I will not continue with this video because it was strictly for the South African rules. So like the video, please Subscribe to my channel for more travel rules. I shall do many videos regarding all countries. I shall come and do US. I shall come and do Canada. I shall come and do Nigeria, Kenya, and every other country. For Kenya, I have done it, but I shall keep doing the videos because of the changes of in the rules. For the UK, I'm gonna come and do another one. Though I did another one, I shall be doing videos regarding traveling, transiting rules, entry rules, so that you can be well equipped. So thank you so very much for watching. God bless you. Go and watch all my other videos regarding traveling and other vibes, and God bless you.